Welcome back. If you're just joining, it's Trending O'Clock and it's Friday edition of Trending. Thank God it's Friday. You know how we do it right here on Trending. We'll talk about all the trending issues on the internet and of course, give our opinions about them. I am Mercy Irabo and you know I am never alone in the studio. I have with me Michael Gobadia and together we'll be sharing our opinions on all the trending issues today. Well, what's trending? So the National Agency for Food, Drugs Administration and Control came out yesterday to tell us about falsified medicines currently in circulation in the country. And those drugs are artemetrin DS used for malaria treatment and Ciprofit 500, a common antibiotic. According to NAFDAC, these medicines may look genuine and could even be found in licensed outlets, but they pose serious health risks. So if NAFDAC is saying that we can actually get this in a licensed outlet, what does it really say about our system? It tells a lot about our failing system. Mr. Michael, what's your take?
Well, it's really surprising that the agency that is saddled with the responsibility of alerting Nigerians. On the mind, they are alerting Nigerians, but they also have that genuine responsibility of checkmating the spread of these unwholesome drugs. Yeah. That they are now coming out to say it's in major distribution outlets. It's surprising how they got there in the first place. The first and most effective way of dealing with problem is not making it even come up at all, and making it now going to these different superstores with when Nigerians have that belief and confidence that they are genuine drugs. It's a sad one that NAFDAC is now telling us this when they would have done their oversight and ensure that they do not get to this outlet before coming out to tell us they are already there. It doesn't add up. I'm not really happy with that one trust coming from NAFDAC.
And you know, the worrisome part is this country, we have more of people suffering from malarial and bacterial infection. So when it comes to anti-malaria and antibiotic, these are drugs that are commonly used. So it means so many persons must have fall victim to this whole fake drugs on circulation.
Mercy, let's really trace all of this. You are very, very right. Yeah. It's one of the most prevalent illness in Nigeria. We're talking about malaria, and you will not surprise we're having a whole lot of rainfall, and you know how stored waters always bring that. But apart from that also, if you notice, in recent time, there have been increase of kidney failures. I can also still remember just recently, the Delta State government purchased some dialysis machine on account of this. So it's all about fake drugs that are being used that destroy these kidneys and livers. And no surprise, we're having high cases of kidney failure in Nigeria. NAFDAC needs to do more as it concerns distribution of these fake drugs. We could still remember when it was a time, with all due respect, I'm not casting aspersion on anyone, but let's take our mind way back during the Obasanjo era when we had late Dora Akunyele as the head of NAFDAC. You rarely see all of these. It's always things are being done in the needed time and not letting it escalate, now coming out to cry foul.
Well, this is really, really sad. I think NAFDAC really needs to do better. They really need to do better with this, their units.
Yeah, they need to
so yes, what you need to know, always check your medicines carefully and make sure you buy from trusted pharmacies. And if you suspect a fake drug, report immediately to NAFDAC. Well, away from the NAFDAC issue. So yesterday, taking my usual stroll on the internet, and I saw this, should I call it shocking video? Maybe it's not shocking, but shocking to me. The street pop star, Portable, coming out to say that he will only endorse anybody that would give him money in the coming 2027 election, be it Peter Obi or Tinubu. This was the same thing I discussed yesterday on Trending. I said, when people get unmerited fame, they feel they are fortunate, they feel they are wise, they feel they could just come out and start spilling whatever they have in their mouth. Well, without saying too much, let's see the footage.
I don't say we no go run down. Now we dey run time in Mr. Nigeria. And if I see me, so you don't get your photos card. Hello, Dibofu. Hello, Lama Dibofu. And the bad boy, Lama Dibofu. Anybody will give money, I go follow. Anybody will fear for life. And if I see me, tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ni mo sọ pé ẹ wo ẹ tẹ̀lé ẹni tó bá ń wí èmi kan tó bá tún lóòdù máa tẹ̀lé lọ́wọ́ yìí ẹlẹ́sàn ní pẹ́pẹ́.
Okay, just look at this. Someone that was supposed to be a public figure coming out now to tell you that you should vote for anybody that gives you money, even while we're advising Nigerians that even if they give you money, that money will only last for a while. And you have the next 4 years to suffer. Mr. Michael, what's your take?
Well, anyway, we're not trying to sound personal in any attack on Portable, but, you know, his recent, I'll call it outburst, because it's really annoying. It's not needed at this time. And just like you said, he seems to be a public figure and should know best, not such unnecessary utterances and ranting that he did. So it's quite uncalled for. And I'll just employ the needed authority, especially the EFCC and others, to go after him, especially as it concerns looking at people to give him money before he goes to vote. It's quite annoying and it's not the best. But it also goes to show our value system. You know, when you have people like this, many persons are following him. I will still remember there was one occasion, with all due respect, a very renowned organization even after invited him to be one of the artists that performed. And immediately after that, the association was called to order, knowing that, well, his credibility is something to talk about. I'm not being personal, but, you know, more needs to be done, especially as it concerns these cool so-called celebs and how they should rather be positive light in the life of young persons rather than showing such negative trends. Okay,
this is really annoying, like very annoying. Like, who is Portable's manager? That's one thing I've been asking myself, because he's always finding a way to be on the headlines, but he doesn't trend on the right path. So I don't know, he needs a whole lot of managing. I feel his managing team should do better. And if he even has a PR, should come out and do, even if it's damage control or whatever it is, just come out and talk and tell us to just ignore what he said on that part of the. But you know, the truth is, the DSS, I'm not trying to drag anyone. I know this whole issue, I'm not supposed to because it's still in court. But the DSS, I feel this is where they ought to bring this issue up, because this person is causing damage to the voters and all of that. They are not and the credibility of our elections anyway. Exactly. Even damaging the credibility of our elections. Telling us how transactional politics is in the country. So if he's saying it's anybody that gives me money, so it's obvious they've been giving him money, and whoever he's been endorsing have been giving him money. So it just shows that our politics in Nigeria is very transactional. Well, let's just leave a Portable aside for the meantime. Let him trend on another issue. Exactly, let's leave him for the meantime. So it got to our notice that some policemen attached to the Special Anti-Cult Unit, the SACU, arrested 2 teenage boys aged 16 and 17. These boys were only spending the holiday in their uncle's house. And the most shocking aspect is the SACU went to his uncle's house, or their uncle's house, late at night at 9 p.m. while they were sleeping. They arrested them, they assaulted them, and allegedly they extorted them of 200,000 naira. Well, let's not say too much. Let's see the footage.
They sleep. That's the sleep. So around 8:25 p.m. in the night, just the sound of knock. They didn't knock for our door. So I want to check the best way they did the door. They bust the door. Come inside our house. And they come inside our house. They call the I'm here with you. Tell us at 17. So my brother did 16 years. I did 17 years. They asked me that I come here because I feel like see my uncle was I just come here for the business. So okay. When my uncle, I feel like my uncle they come carry me. They say when we reach say finish, they say me will write statement. They tell me say na 1 million they will pay me and my brother.
So how much they got to bill on this?
After everything we price and na 200 later pay bills.
200,000. 200,000. Good. You are 16 years old. Yes. You can imagine SACU. I carry on that.
It's really, really annoying. And then we've been seeing stories about the same SACU. I think it's high time that the Delta State Command try to intervene in this whole issue of SACU. if you suspect somebody is a cult member, I feel you should follow due process instead of just trying to extort money from them. Follow the usual process. Mr. Michael, what's your take?
Well, anyway, I do know the Commissioner of Police in Delta State, Abanuwada, has really said no tolerance to unnecessary extortion, and while he's always giving his insight, especially as it concerns disciplinary action against erring officers. And I know if this comes to his table, he will definitely take or weigh the big stick as it concerns those officials of SACU. Well, this is also an opportunity for us to highlight some of their ills and plead with the needed authorities to see how they can really call them in order. Investigation does not mean you should in every way extort poor and liable, or rather Nigerians that seems to be already at the receiving end. And more needs to be done by the Nigerian police force, especially Delta State Command, to address this issue and put a halt to these unnecessary extortions.
Yeah, please, we're calling on the Delta State Command to please investigate this unit, this SACU unit. We really want to see that these people are investigated, and if found guilty, are brought to face justice. Well, away from that, Mr. Michael, you know, to this Friday, what's Friday without some gossip?
No.
All right, so let's do some celebrity gossip today. And then actress Nkechi Blessing. She always knows how to trend, and she's trending again. This time around, she said she has never dated any man that is richer than her. And this is coming days after she said that she was literally tired of being single. Since she was trying to get our attention with that, but we ignored, and she decided to bring this one again. So you're saying you've never dated a man that's richer than you, and we know about your ex-boyfriend, Excessive, and we know he's a Delta State big boy, and you said you're richer than him? Oh, I have a lot to say, but let me reserve my comments. Let's see what netizens feel about Nkechi Blessing. If you have only been able to land men you are richer than in 3 consecutive times, it's probably a sign that that's what you can land. Factoring your age, your looks, and your money, etc. That's what's available to you. Men who are richer than you are more likely to see you for what you and what you represent. And it's probably don't worth it to them. Men also think too, in case you've forgotten, but you go check around, you will find them. His opinion though, and this one is saying, who asked this one about her life? I wonder. All right, let's see more. Okay, women understand the game more than men do. They don't want to date or marry a man they're richer than. Once a man has more money, she's what she won't respect her man. The power dynamics is shifted, hence making them core decisions makers, which they are not. Men never be in that position. Oh, really? So men should not go for richer women. I think we discussed this some time ago. Is she married? Because if not, she should be talking about marriage and not dating. I didn't say so. Cockroach Finance did. Well, I think that's all we have on Nkechi Blessing. Interesting. So like I said, she always wants to trend. She knows how to do it. A few days back, she talked that she was tired of being single. And we knew when she publicly broke up with Excessive, and maybe she's trying to give love a trial, and then some small boys are trying to shoot their shots. I don't know. And that's why she's coming out to say she has never dated any poor guy.
Nkechi Blessing, I'll need to just be frank with you. I feel the reason you're not yet maybe married is the issue of you richer than the men. Men will only, you know, women always have this thing that they will respect a man that seems to be richer. And you know, remember what the other person brought, and that might just be it. Maybe you are still single because you've not met a richer man. Maybe when you now meet a richer man, you'll be landed and you'll be a woman and a wife as of present. But you know, when you keep having more than the men, you always have that tendency of wanting to control them. And honestly, the men do not like women that totally control them. They like respect and they want to be in charge. But when you are in charge, you do not see their value, and at the end, not having a man that you respect and value always end up in you dating and leaving them. And that's where the problem lies.
But the truth is, does money truly define balance in a relationship? And men, I don't see any reason why a man shouldn't be willing to settle for a woman richer. And the truth is, not all women, not all rich women are controlling. But we don't know her case. Maybe that's why she's. I didn't say so.
But
Mr.
we're
Michael
not talking
did.
whether she's excessive or she left excessive in that attitude. So we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. We only know what she wants us to know. Well, that's that. Away from Nkechi Blessing, over to the world of love and lifestyle. DJ Cuppy is trending again. And this is coming just a few weeks after her sister Temi got married to Mr Eazi. And she's giving her thoughts on marriage. Who would think DJ Cuppy of all people would be giving advice on marriage? Interesting. So let's see what she has to say. Marriage is the most powerful partnership in life, DJ Cuppy declares following her sister's Temi Ajibade's wedding to Mr Eazi. I have a lot to say, but okay, she said, call me old school, but I see marriage as the most powerful partnership in life, maybe even the most important contract you will ever sign, with God himself as the witness. Seeing my baby sister Temi become Mrs. Ajibade reminds me that marriage is far from outdated. Oh, maybe she thought it was outdated before now. Well, with the right person, it pulls you closer to purpose and builds love, a family, and legacy. Interesting. I'm glad she's seen this part of life now.
Well, I'm happy for her also seeing this part of life. But for me, I still want to be as old school as she is and say this. You know, there's a way God made all of us.
Yeah.
There's an age you reach, the hormones starts kicking. And that hormones tell you, sorry, it's time. And if you are not respecting that hormones, and it's a time for you to settle down, well, definitely you might just be doing yourself a whole lot of damage rather than good. So there comes a time in the life of a woman that she needs to really settle down, have somebody by her side that she can plan with, be secured with, and also begin to have babies, because that's God's plan for all of us. He told us to go forth and multiply. But when you feel there's no need for you to have a one person to multiply with, you might end up being a baby's mama or single, and you know, the weather is not funny.
Yeah, this really got the internet on fire. Netizens had a lot to say. I also have mine to say. Mr. Michael just did, but let me reserve mine. Let's see what netizens are saying. Marriage is the most powerful partnership. A lot of love tethered to all the divorced billionaires paying settlement fees.
Wow. She talked about the right person.
Marriage, they hungry this girl, eh? I pray she finds someone who compliments her.
We'll put an end to that.
She's been finding a whole lot of them. But let's see what this one have you seen the union of foolish people before? They play. That's true. That's why you have to marry the right person. Let's say we have more. Cuppy go soon be 40. Wow. I remember when na Cuppy the hot. Life comes at you fast.
The hormones.
Interesting. She has been putting out auditioning posts for some period now. Someone should go apply, I beg. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're saying this as auditions. Okay. I would like to hear it from someone who has experienced it. Okay, I think this one is speaking my mind. Love is beautiful. Yeah, we know love is beautiful. Yes, so I said somebody just spoke my mind. I feel when you want to give advice on something, it should be something that you have experienced. So it's just like Reverend Father coming to advise somebody about marriage. And meanwhile, Reverend Father is not supposed to have any business with marriage. Interesting. Okay, so away from DJ Cuppy, it's a wrap on trending. I really had a nice time here on Trending today. I know you did, and Mr. Michael did too.
It has been a trending week. And well, we've had a different discussion, especially on the trending and also on the larger phase, viewpoints, dialogue, and the news. But, you know, beautiful things, they always say comes to an end. And we've run the full circle for the week, Monday to Friday. And I feel it's now time we truly need to go. We
really need to go. And, you know, it's Friday, it's weekend. What will you be doing this weekend? Of course, you know, you can engage with us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, at Atlantic Media and TV. Tell us what you'll be doing with your weekend. Mr. Michael, what will you be doing this weekend?
Anyway, I'll be having a celebration party. Tomorrow is my birthday, so...
Oh, Oh, happy birthday to Mr. Michael. Okay, let's do a shout out to Mr. Michael. Happy birthday to you. I don't know how to sing. Happy birthday, Mr. Michael.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so all road leads to Mr. Michael's house. Please engage with us on all our social media platforms because I will drop the location there. Party after party. All right, so this is where we have to say, see you same time next week. Once again, I am Mercy Erabo. Have a nice weekend.
And me, I am Michael Gobade. Do have a blessed weekend, and let's see how I'll do this same time come next week, on Monday to be precise. Bye for now.